My almond mom accidentally became addicted to gas station hot dogs. My mom was the most intense almond mom you've ever met. She only ate organic vegetables and unseasoned chicken that she meal prepped every Sunday in labeled containers. She had a whole shelf in the pantry just for her supplements. At family dinners, she'd bring her own food and lecture everyone. She told my grandma that her cookies were going to give everyone cancer. That's poison. Mac and cheese is just inflammation in a bowl. I asked if we could have a birthday cake at my 7th birthday party, but instead she gave a lecture about refined sugar and made me cry in front of everyone. The other moms stopped inviting us to things. But last month she was on her way to a wellness retreat when her car broke down on a remote highway. The tow truck couldn't come for 6 hours, and the only thing nearby was a tiny gas station with healing paint. She texted me a photo of the gas station hot dogs rotating under the heat lamp. This is what's wrong with America. People actually eat these poison tubes. The gas station had nothing she would consider food. The string cheese was from hormone-pumped cows, the chips were fried in inflammatory oils, and the candy bars had unpronounceable ingredients. She sat there for 3 hours and was starting to get hungry. The smell of the hot dogs was filling the entire gas station. Every time someone bought one, the smell got stronger. She walked around reading the labels aloud like she was casting out demons. Sodium nitrate, red dye 40, partially hydrogenated oils. She tried to ignore the hunger, but it kept getting worse. Her stomach was making noises. She called me complaining there was nothing acceptable. I'm going to fast until my body enters ketosis. This is a blessing in disguise. Hour 4 arrived and she was shaking from low blood sugar. The hot dogs were rotating in her sight, glistening under the lamp. She started bargaining like a hostage negotiator. Maybe they have a banana. A banana can't hurt me. They had one brown banana with fruit flies. Okay, maybe some plain almonds. The only almonds they had came pre-roasted in canola oil. She sat staring at those hot dogs for 30 minutes. She was dizzy and her hands were trembling. Sweat was forming on her forehead. She kept watching people come in and buy hot dogs. Finally, she walked to the counter like walking to the electric chair. One hot dog. Her voice cracked like she was confessing to a murder. The cashier put it in a paper boat and she carried it to a table in the back. She sat down and picked it up with shaking hands. She could smell the cheap meat and processed cheese. She took one tiny bite like she was testing if it was poisoned. Her eyes went completely wide. She took another bite without swallowing the first and ended up finishing that entire hot dog in less than 30 seconds. She walked back to the counter like a zombie. Hurry, give me another one. She ate the second one even faster, then a third, then a fourth. She wasn't even chewing properly anymore. She was just swallowing them down. By the 5th hot dog, she was crying with tears and snot running down her face. She was having a full breakdown next to the beer cooler. Why does this taste so good? Her hands were covered in mustard when she went back for hot dog 6. The cashier looked genuinely concerned, but she didn't care. She just sobbed and ate. Ketchup was dripping down her chin. She finished the 6th hot dog and stared at the wrapper like it contained the meaning of life. She felt like she had been in a self-imposed prison and just realized she could have left any time. She got a 7th hot dog and ate it slowly while the tears dried, savoring every single bite. Then she just sat in silence with this blank look, staring at the empty wrappers piled in front of her. When the tow truck showed up, she bought 3 more and ate them in the truck. She never made it to the wellness retreat. She turned around and drove home. 2 weeks later, I borrowed her car and found a ton of gas station receipts shoved in the glove compartment. Different stations, different times of day. She was rotating locations so no cashier would judge her.